What's up, Skirt Up Squad?
Did you just take my line?
It's Samantha.
And Melissa.
I'm going to actually tell you guys how it is right now.
It was so funny. We couldn't even make it up. I'm going to do it. I'm going to wear it in public.
Then she looks at me and she goes, that's what Jesus is for.
We are about normalizing things that are hard to talk about.
So I was like, deer in headlights, skirts out. But keep your panties on. Happy Thanksgiving. It's Samantha.
And Melissa. Happy Thanksgiving.
I hope you guys are surrounded by people that you actually want to be surrounded by.
Ooh, that was insightful because most of us aren't.
Right? Yeah, I feel like there's at least one person that we loathe to be around. So I hope that you guys got a chance to listen to the last episode and had a little chance to run through at least the people you were about to see and clear that up a little bit. And Melissa, you just said that you are going to be surrounded by people that you're looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I know we've talked about this like a couple seasons ago, but when I lived in Texas, Melissa Walker, Scott, Ethan, Ivy, they're my family. And so our favorite holiday together, well, like we love Christmas, we love all of them, but is Thanksgiving. And it's a big deal. And so, but since I moved out here to be with Brett, like we've had good Thanksgivings. We always go up to Asheville and spend it with our friends up there. And I was actually, when we got divorced, like that was one of the things I was like sad about. I was like, oh, I won't get to see Danielle and Randall at Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Then Melissa Walker reached out and she said, hey, can we buy you a plane ticket so you come visit us for Thanksgiving? And I was like, I said, no, can I drive and bring a friend? And they were like, yes. And I said, it's a puppy. And I had just gotten Oliver. And so, yeah, I'm so excited to go back home. Like I say home. Wow, right. That's the first time I've ever called any place home.
Oh,
I think it's not because it's Texas though. It's because it's
where the people are.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
Do you think that that's someplace that you want to go back to?
Actually, I'll just out all of us. I think we're going to all try to move to Virginia eventually.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's somewhere where I would like to live. Like, my brother lives there and his wife. And I've always thought I'd like to move north. I won't be doing it for a while. I have a lot of good things here. But Scott and Melissa also, once the kids get out of college, they've been talking. And actually, I think Ethan just is about to graduate soon. Yeah, they've been talking about moving back east. And so that was a place that they thought. And I told them, look, there's this one place that I visited on my honeymoon with Brett. It's called Stanton. It's spelled Staunton, but it's pronounced Stanton. And I was like, look it up. And she started looking it up and she got Scott on board. And so I think we're going to all try and move eventually. But I don't know.
Like a little homestead, like
maybe. No,
not homestead. No. That's not really the word I mean. But
it's
like
definitely
compound,
not
family
the word.
Compound.
That's definitely not the word either. It's a little too cultish, but
okay, fair. Oh, and then as you were talking about getting to have Thanksgiving over there again, and you mentioned we talked about this in another season, and then in my head I started laughing because I was like, oh, that's right, Melissa Walker is the Thanksgiving
Nazi, but yeah.
Nazi was the word.
She's not anymore. She's not. And I want to say she even told me like, oh, I didn't know that wasn't very nice till I listened to your episode. And then she like, no, she's not anymore. He learned.
Well, I'm sure we did not mean it in like a negative way, but it was actually really funny.
I think it was because it was funny. Yeah. She's just excited about her recipes. And she's like, this is what we're having. You're going to bring this.
And a lot of times for Thanksgiving, you eat like specific dishes only on the holidays. Yeah. And so I get it. I get it.
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, let's be real. Our dishes are the best. No shit.
Oh, you're going to bring me home some?
Sure. I can make you. So
maybe I'll just go with you.
Okay, come on.
I'm just kidding. I can't.
Leave the kids. Leave Simon for the holidays.
That's
Nope. Don't do it.
Not doing it.
But yeah, sorry, my ear is hurting. Like where my earring is. I think it was just the headphone.
Who's talking about her right now? Shut up.
That's right. That's
I'm just
right.
kidding.
Like
That was
if your
rude. That was
nose
rude.
itches, someone's thinking about you. If your ears are burning, somebody's talking about you.
Oh,
Dun dun. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'm going home to
good.
people I love. And I get to see, oh, so that's part of my fail. Should I just go into it?
Go for it.
Okay. So, like the last time I went back to Texas was probably 2 years ago now. I guess so, because it was the beginning of our podcast venture. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, when I was back there, I got to see Gloria, who I absolutely adore. She's who I used to work for on her farm, and she was my dressage trainer, and she's just an all-around amazing woman. But I got to see her, and she had mentioned like, "Hey, I've been asking you to make me a quilt, and you haven't done it." And she's willing to pay. It's not like she's like taking time and energy and resources to make me a quilt, but she's just like, "You haven't reached back," and I'm like, "Yeah, because like." I can't charge you. I'm not going to charge you for a quilt. Like you're my friend and you mean so much. And I was like, so we started talking and she told me like what kind of a quilt she liked. Well, I started making it last night and I'm supposed to go like 1 week and I don't know. I think I can get it done. I think I can get it done. But my fail is the procrastination after like.
You're hilarious.
I know. I had 2 years.
Oh my God. Yeah, that is a classic Melissa fail.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
Okay, I don't even like care to tell my fail right now because I have been dying to have this conversation with you.
Yeah, what the heck? What's going on?
Okay, so
she's been saving it for the episode to get my raw expression, and I'm now nervous.
Oh my God. Okay.
Should I be?
No, I have so much to say about this, and I'm dying. Okay. So hold on. Let me get up. This is like a 3-parter that I have to like share with you.
Is it a story? Okay, never mind. Is it something that happened to you, or does it have to do with me, or does it have to do with us?
Us. Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to read you this little passage. Okay. I'm going to read you this little passage, and I don't want you to think. I just want you to feel and respond to me.
Okay. I'm closing my eyes.
Okay. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Someone who asked if they could be on the podcast or showed interest about wanting to be on the podcast sent us this. Ready?
Sent us this. Okay.
I just listened to your episode with Dr. Carolyn Taylor, and honestly, watching. Hold on. Why
are you laughing?
Oh no. Hold on. I gotta start over.
Why are you laughing? I'm so scared now.
Okay. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let me. Okay.
You're ruining it because now I'm so scared.
Okay. Ready?
No, you're not ruining it. You're amazing. Okay, what?
Eyes closed. Ready?
Okay. Is that why you're laughing?
No, I'm laughing because this is hilarious and
absurd.
I just can't not laugh. All right. I'm not going to laugh. Okay. Ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
I just listened to your episode with Dr. Carolyn Taylor, and honestly, watching 2 Valley girls, chaos agents, interview a conservative neurologist might be one of my new favorite genres. I wasn't sure at first if I would be funny enough for your show, but I think I am.
Is that it?
Yes.
I love it. I love this person. And also, am I a Valley girl?
I woke up to this message and I give Simon my phone and I was like, I don't know if I am offended or like,
no, I love her. It's a compliment. I love her energy.
Dude, I have never been called a Valley girl before. And that really, so then I was like, okay. So
that was weird for me.
Here's the second part. Okay. So then I'm like, okay. Maybe Valley girl is something that I'm not realizing. Like maybe the what's it called? Like the image in my brain of what someone means when they say Valley girl is not what she means. So I Google it. So the Google definition, right? Calling someone a Valley girl today is to denigrate a young woman as superficial, self-centered, and overvalued. So then, okay, third part.
I feel like this should be meant it that way.
3-parter.
Okay, I'm not allowed. Okay. I gotta feel. I just gotta feel.
So then I'm reading this description, right? And I see the word denigrate. denigrate. And I'm like, okay, the word that makes me think of is degrade. But surely that's not what degrade means. Because again, I think the person, if they're asking to be onto the podcast. Yes. So then I go to Google Dictionary again and look up denigrate. And yeah, to criticize or belittle, especially in an unfair way.
So
I have a compliment to be on.
I have thoughts. I feel like when she's talking about Valley Girl, in her mind, she's thinking like silly and like light and like maybe even ditzy, which I hate to say, but I'm ditzy sometimes. And maybe you are too, I don't know. But I think we're both a little, and maybe that's the part where she's just like calling us Valley Girls.
I hear you. And I think if it wouldn't have been that episode, then maybe I wouldn't be as offended. Like if it was one of our like lighter episodes that
you
is
are
like,
actually offended.
I am actually offended.
Okay.
I was wondering, yes, okay. I was wondering if you were, because I didn't know how you would take it, because I am not seeing a compliment here. Okay. So that interview with Dr. Carolyn, like that was meaningful to me. Like, yes. And I do not see a single part of that episode that was ditzy or stupid or,
I think that was her point. This is what I'm hearing from her. Hearing two Valley girls, chaotic agents of chaos, which that right there is what made me love her energy, is when she called us agents of chaos, because I feel like she knows us. I feel like she's like, hey, I don't know you, but I'm just going to like slide on into your personal inside jokes. That's not so inside because we share it all the time with everybody, how we're crazy and we have like, we're imperfect, right?
Yeah.
We always talk about our imperfections. We always talk about our fails and how we're kind of, So I feel like she just slid right into our personal jokes with us. I was just trying to be our friend. And I loved that. I love that part about it. But I will admit, I heard Valley Girl, and it reminded me of this time when I was like 13 years old, and I was at a church youth camp, and one of the leaders, who was an adult woman, probably in her 30s or 40s, called me a dumb blonde. She said, "You are the dumbest blonde I have ever met in my life." And I was just like, it hurt my feelings. It made me like want to cry. So when I hear Valley Girl, for some reason, it kind of went with dumb blonde in my mind.
No, I agree.
Which is offensive and sad to me, but I don't really feel that she meant it in that way, because she also threw in agents of chaos, meaning she's trying to be like silly with us.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Are we going to not interview her now?
I had zero intentions, and I almost responded in the moment of, I think I'm offended and we're going to pass right now. But I did not respond.
What does she talk about?
Dude, it's a whole nother conversation for another day.
Interesting. Okay, we'll have that one off the air.
Yeah. But yeah,
because that could lead more. Honestly, maybe you having read that, did it fuel the fire of the offendedness?
Maybe, but I did have Simon like read the whole thing and ask if I was crazy. And he goes, "Oh, someone's definitely crazy here."
What? Oh no! Now we can't interview her. You said that out loud.
Did I? You probed.
I did.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I
didn't respond the same way. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I was curious. I mean, that's what I took from it, and I've literally been dying
to tell
you that apparently we're Valley Girls.
Valley Girls. Yeah, that is weird, but I don't feel like she looked up the definition and was like, "Oh, this is an insult." I think in her mind, she's just like, "Oh, they're light and airy and silly, but they're taking something serious and having." And then she said it's her new favorite thing. Like, she's loving the mashup.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but I think I still stand by pretty offended.
Okay, and that's valid. That's valid.
Okay, well, it is Thanksgiving, so Melissa, do you want to share about being thankful this year? Like, I feel like when you say like that when people say that they're thankful for things, like it doesn't have to be positive things. It can be negative things. Like my personal, remember like 2 years ago now, when I started having the seizures, that's what I'm most thankful for.
Yeah.
And so I think that there doesn't have to be like spins on things.
No, you're right. Full disclosure, just to everybody else, because you already know this. Earlier, Sam and I were talking, and I was just like, I'm thankful for things, but also stuff is really hard right now. And I'm afraid to like, I'm afraid I won't have enough to like talk about. And she's just like, no, because you're really, even though you've had those hard, what you just said, those hard things have led to good things too.
Yeah.
And you're right. You're right. So I guess like one of the things that happened this year that was big and it was really hard, it was the divorce. Wait, we didn't, are we sharing fails? Did we? Did you share a fail or just me? Is it just me these days?
I skipped over my fail because I was really, really excited.
That's okay. That's okay. If you want to share a fail, we can. Otherwise, we can just go into it. But
I have a small one, but that's up to
what's
you.
your fail? What's your fail?
Okay, so I was really, really reading this book that I was really, really into. Don't ask me the title because I already forgot. The kids were being really, really loud, and so I like to go take my books into the bathtub. And I told Simon, hey, I'm just going to go read in the tub for a little bit. And he said, okay. And I take my book into the bathroom. I turn the tub on, wait for it to get warm. I step in, and before like, you know, it even starts like filling up with water, I go ahead and sit into it because I'm just nose in book still. I haven't put it down.
Nice.
And
I love that.
I get like 5 pages in. I'm like, God, why am I still cold? And then I look down and I never put the drain stopper down. So just hot water.
Going down the drain.
Yeah. So I ran out of hot water and didn't even get to take a hot bath and read.
Oh, but I kind of love it. It means you were so into that book.
I know. Yeah. I literally like, I think that that's something that would have made me mad if I was like actually having a bad day. But I literally sat there and I was laughing. I was like,
that's amazing. That is so funny. I love that. I love it.
Thanks. Yeah. Not anything crazy.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Oh God. People are gonna stop listening to us. Wait, what's that? That was the Agents of Chaos part coming out. That was definitely not Valley Girl. She said. Oh no. That girl would never do that, Sam.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, hey guys, it's Samantha.
I know. It's a little bit embarrassing to be called out like for being like that sometimes, but I feel like there's a part of us that's a little bit that. A little bit. But anyway, back to the oh, just the divorce. Oh, it's just nothing, just that.
Not a big life change. It's just, you know, little simple paperwork.
Yeah, it's been rough. And like, you know, it's still hard now because, for instance, I saw him yesterday. We went and met up at the dog park. And I miss Sparrow. I miss her so much. And so, you know, and he was cute. He looked cute. And he like actually like dressed up kind of nice, which he never used to do. He used to always wear sweats everywhere and like not like groom himself. Yeah. Sorry, Brett, just saying. But yeah, like he looked good. And it made me sad, but then I gotta remind myself, like, no, he has a lot of growing to do that I don't think he was able to do with me there. And as much as like I wanted to be a good influence on his life, it wasn't working. And I wasn't able to grow either, if that makes sense. Sometimes you have to kind of like take a path by yourself, I think. Does that make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense because when I was with Andrew, I remember like we kept getting into these living situations that I did not want to be in. And I kept saying like putting a time limit on, like we got to be out of this situation within a year or like within this time frame. And that's it. But then it kept getting pushed off and excuses and reasons. We can't afford that. We can't, you know, blah, blah, blah. And so it got to the point where I finally left him and, you know, did those things that we couldn't afford, quote unquote, on my own.
Right.
And it wasn't until then where it just lit a fire under his ass and he grew up and bought a house. And I mean, really, honestly, not too much longer after I left him. And so it's like, it took me leaving for him to be like, oh, I can do that too. I got it, and I don't think that would have happened if we stayed together. I think that he was content with what we were doing and I was not, and it was not going to change.
Content, that's the word. That's the key word. There was some content there on one side and not on another. You could probably guess who was content, who wasn't.
Yeah. So I think it's completely fair, and I think it's actually really normal. I think the hope is that Brett will, grow in this coming year and then be like, whoa, yeah, I don't know that I was able to do that as a couple.
Yeah, I hope so. I do, because I do. That's my hope. It's literally my hope. And I even said that to him the day that there was a lot of drama going on in the beginning, because everybody knows. So maybe I just say it, talk about it. Everybody knows because he put it on Facebook that he wanted to kill himself. And it was tragic and it was terrifying. And I called the cops and it was just a whole thing. And one of our best friends, who actually, it was Randall who ended up marrying us, he came down. Like, honestly, he called to see if I was okay. No, Danielle called me. Well, either way, they probably both called me, but he was already on his way. Like, he dropped everything. He canceled work and he was on his way to be with Brett and me. And that day, I haven't talked about all this because it was just so much. It was so fresh. This was earlier in the very beginning of this year. But that day, what ended up happening was I had to do what's it called? A health call. What's it called? When you call the police and you're worried about somebody. A wellness check.
Yeah.
Yes, that. Thank you. And so they ended up getting a hold of him at work and convincing him to go home.
And you weren't the only one, because Simon also called.
Yes, I found that out later. And I think one other person may have called too. It was Randall. It was Randall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Because the guy asked me if I knew Simon, and I forgot about that. That was what happened. Because there was like a lot of phone calls back and forth, but later at one point, the social worker called me. I think he was a social worker, and I think he just wanted to know who everybody was that actually was looking out for Brett and cared. He was trying to get a picture painted. But anyway, the social worker, whoever it was, finally got a hold of Brett, and it was like, and convinced him to go home from work because it probably wasn't a place where he needed to be right then. And when he got there, I think Randall was already there at the house. And I didn't get there in time. Oh, no, that's right. And the police were already there. And so I wasn't there when the police were talking to him, because I was coming from Flowery Branch. Randall had left way earlier. But anyway, what Randall did for us that day, I will forever be thankful for, actually, now that we're talking. And Danielle's mom came over too. And these are people that we spend Thanksgiving with every year. And they're like family to us. So Randall actually took me in the backyard while Pearl sat and talked with Brett and just kind of kept him chatting. And they were actually laughing. I don't know how she did it, but she had him chatting and talking and keeping them occupied. And Randall took me in the backyard and he's like, look, what do I need to prepare Brett for? Is this it? Because I know you've been having a hard time for a while. Do I tell him, hey, I'm going to get on you? Yeah, there's a chance. He's like, do I need to call him every day and just say, hey, Brett, you need to step up and do these things and be a husband in these ways and help him through it and you'll stay? Or is this it? And I was just like, this is it. I can't. Like, it's what, 7 years of what you had just talked about that you went through with Andrew, of talking, and intention isn't enough. You've got to do things. And I know Brett had all these ideas and stuff, but I needed more, and I needed him to need more. That was the real thing. I needed him to need more for himself.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll forever be grateful for Randall and Pearl and Danielle that day. But then Pearl took me to lunch, and then Randall stayed and talked to Brett. And I think the reason I the reason I even started this was just to say that that day, and then when I got back from lunch, Randall said I've talked to him, and Brett had been crying, you could tell. And I had been crying with Pearl. And Randall was like, go ahead and pack your bags. I think, because he said, I think it's better if you stay somewhere else tonight. I'm going to take off work and stay with Brett tonight to make sure he's safe. Because I was like, I'm just worried about him. But it had been 3 nights of very chaotic energy, and I hadn't slept at all. And it was getting to be like dangerous to even drive. So
Yeah.
Randall's like, you need to get some sleep, go to a hotel or something tonight. I'll stay with Brett. Um, as I was leaving, Brett followed me out, and I asked him if I could give him a hug. And I just started bawling, and I was just like, I know you think I don't care about you or that I don't love you, because that's what he'd been saying the last 3 days. He was just so upset and he couldn't understand. And I said, but it's because I want more for you. And I just don't think I think I'm holding you back. And as much as I love him and loved him, I was enabling him in some ways, and he wasn't able to grow with me. So it's all to say that is, yeah. And he just kind of like shook his head and rolled his eyes like, no, I can grow with you. But
The theme I'm hearing from you is being like, uh, you're thankful for essentially the family you build. Like, that's just what I keep hearing from you. It's like you're shouting out friends that like were there for you and friends that made an impact on you on
and
all the
for
years
him, of
and those
course.
years.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was hard, and it was sad, and it was traumatic, and I'm still sad. But there's some healing that's happened. Like I said, Brett and I meet up with the dogs and go to the dog park and stuff together. But we couldn't have made it through without, and there were other people too, not, of course, but that day, I'm thankful for that part of my family. Yes. And I will miss them this year at Thanksgiving. And I hope Brett goes there, but I asked him last time and he said he wasn't sure. Maybe I'll reach out to them and just be like, hey, have you invited
Yeah.
Brett for Thanksgiving?
Oh.
I just, and the fact that I even feel like I can reach out to someone and ask them something like that
Yeah.
is just a testament to, again, the type of people and amazing family that they've become to me and who they are, even though I haven't talked to them really much this year since all this happened.
So this is, of course, could be like a super negative experience that you don't see anything that is thankful inside of it, but um I am hearing you find pieces in it that do make you feel thankful. And are there what has come out of all that situation that is kind of in a positive light that has come out of it?
Mm. Well, yes. So I guess it feels kind of trite to say, oh, well, now I have an apartment and I'm able to do things that I couldn't while I was married. But at the same time, it's there's a sense of freedom when you're feeling really weighed down and not able to live like your own authentic self because you're always worried about, well, I wasn't my best self with him. I wasn't. And it's not his fault. And it's not mine per se. It's just how it was for us at the time. And we weren't able, like I said, so now I am in a place where I can grow. And honestly, it's so funny. I just don't think I've grown as much as I thought I had. I'm going to be honest. But these things don't happen overnight. I have to remind myself. Um, I think I've been kind of mourning, and now we're in the period where I'm starting to be like, you know what? I'm ready for some self-change. I'm going to come really clean. So, no, this is sad and embarrassing, but you don't know this, but Sue McCready, who I've been seeing, I'm once a month. She's my life coach right now. I even ghosted her kind of for the last month. Well, last time we were supposed to speak, I can't remember what it was, but something big happened. I ended up not being able to do it, and I haven't rescheduled. And she's like, "What's going on?" And it's because I don't think I felt like I was maybe being inauthentic in I was trying to grow. I'm trying to grow, but I don't know if it's that I was inauthentic. Maybe that's not the right word. You kind of go through periods of like, no, I want to be better. And I think I'm doing everything it takes to be better, but maybe I also didn't let myself mourn yet.
Yeah.
As I'm talking it through, I'm like, what I'm hearing you say, Melissa.
Here, just call me a therapist.
It's just funny how you have to kind of talk things out to kind of realize where you are sometimes.
Well, that just kind of like goes to show, shout out to our Seacoast Listening Lounge, because I guess that does kind of bring the purpose of what she created, because that's what she does. She gives the space for people to vent and talk and
she
get things off.
You're right.
And it's not a therapy session.
It's not.
But just like what you just proved is just talking with a friend puts things into a different perspective. Because like once you start hearing yourself say it out loud, it just kind of something clicks sometimes.
Yep. Yeah. So I kind of have to admit, I'm not really sure where I'm going. You guys kind of just heard my inner monologue. So you heard it here first. With me. I discovered it with you guys. But
I discovered it with me, through me, with you guys. And this is Melissa.
And I'm out. I'm just kidding, I'm not. But yeah, so I kind of forgot the question that you asked that like prompted that. But it was just like, yeah, I can have, because it was like, yeah, I'm in a period of growth. But I'll be honest, I don't think I really have been in a real period of growth until maybe the last couple weeks. I've been taking time to sit down and like try to have some meditation before bed. Yeah. And so I have been working with myself, and I need to reach out. I'm going to reach out to Sue. But yeah, it's just interesting how sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, I guess. But you don't want to fake it too hard, because like if I'm just sitting there saying, no, I'm growing, and I'm not really like being authentic and honest with myself, right?
Yeah, I think we can appreciate that.
So I am thankful. I'm thankful for Sue. I'm thankful for, I guess, just the tools that we've learned through the podcast.
Yeah.
Like you just shouted out the Seacoast Listening Lounge. And that's kind of what we were just now doing, is just like venting and talking and learning about ourselves through that, because you can.
We have the space that we've created that you can do that.
Exactly. So that's another thing to be thankful for. But I have just rambled on forever. What's going on? Howard, tell me about your...
Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I guess, no. I think I'll just kind of wrap it up a bit, as I'm thankful for the family that I've built, and because they don't have to be blood. And I'm thankful for the community that we're building, because I think that is the same thing.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing all that.
Yeah. So that was a lot. But it was real, I guess.
It was real. And that's what we're here for.
Thank you. That's hilarious, because it was all very serious, but you just ended with like a joke thing. But
well, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you said that, I don't know, I kind of chuckled because you were like, well, I don't want to say that I'm thankful for having my apartment and like, my space and, doing things that I didn't get to do. But like, I'm thankful for stuff like that. Like, I don't Like, I think that those are like an accomplishment. Like, I am thankful for the space that Simon's allowed me to branch out of, you know, and grow and explore myself. And I mean, that's not like a big drastic change. Like, don't get me wrong, I get that. But like, I mean,
I'm glad you said that, because sometimes, and I'm gonna guess if I feel this way, most of us do sometimes at some point, where we feel like we don't have the right to be happy or feel thankful for things, right?
Right.
But like, you just gave me permission. Like, it's okay to be thankful for the little things, or for things that are
materialistic, maybe.
That.
No, I think it's absolutely okay to be thankful for that. And I mean, I'm trying off the top of my head to think of something like materialistic that I'm like, no, that's on my thankful list. And for some reason, I'm coming short on that. But I know that there's going to be material things that I'm thankful for. But the most important thing is to add off of you. Of course, I have realized how thankful I am for my friends, and that I've been able to make space for them more this year. I feel like Mom's Gone Wild over Mother's Day weekend, like that was just, I might be one of my favorite experiences with them forever. Going, you know, to Nashville and getting our nipples pierced together and getting matching tattoos, like that will be a forever memory. And that's like a core memory that we're building together. We all, you know, try to get together with the kids and do things together. They're always with us. They're always coming to support our events and what's going on. Maybe not all of them at the same time, but at least one of them in that group is at least there for us. And we mentioned this in September in an episode this season, that I realized that when I do get really overwhelmed and upset, I start pushing away friends. I don't want to talk to you. I know we had plans. Don't come. I don't want to do it. Blah, blah, blah. And then Courtney just shows up, and then all of a sudden, all is forgotten. All is happy. All is well. And it's like, yeah, I'm thankful for that, and being able to notice that, and friends noticing that, and that we're able to be there for each other. So, yeah.
I'm thankful I get to see that too. I am. And like that, I've gotten to get to know some of your friends, and they're just good people. And like you said, like they're there for you.
For us.
No judgment. Yeah, actually.
There.
Yeah.
I feel like everything beyond that I'm thankful for, like, stems straight up from the podcast. I mean, like, we are touching people, like we are reaching people, and we are helping people, whether, you know, even if it's only two like examples that we can like pull up out of like what we know. Like, I feel like there's definitely more.
Yeah, usually you don't even get to hear. And the fact that we've heard about two different ones so far, like that's big.
Yeah, and it's able to fuel us to keep going, me to keep going. I shouldn't put words in your mouth, but
yeah, I agree.
So I am thankful for our listeners and really all of our guests, because without any, like, I don't know that there's like a single guest that there wasn't something that I took from it that didn't stem growth that I have had this year.
Right.
I mean, our guests have inspired my new job. They've inspired all the changes that I've made within my life and within myself and in my relationship. And so, you know, here I am tooting my own horn after you were like, you know, like I, you know, grew. And so I feel kind of like weird saying
no,
but
I'm so happy. Sometimes, no, I don't. It would be weird if I was wanting you to not grow just because I'm sitting here going through a mourning phase.
No, I know
you're very sweet.
That.
You're very sweet to worry about me, but you've been so inspirational to me, and I have seen your growth, and it's been amazing. And even though like I feel like I've been kind of like, I've still learned a lot from, and you're right, it's from like every single episode, like all of these people that we've come in have there's always at least one like mind blown moment.
Resources that we're building. Like we're building this like community of guests that like we have to always reach out to, work with, and like it's just this wealth of resources that we have
Right.
that they get and that we can share with everyone listening. And so that's really cool.
Actually, you're right. That's literally the best way to boil it down. And I love that.
Like where I am right now is exactly what I wanted 2 years ago. Like when the seizure started and not knowing, not feeling comfortable expressing myself. And I didn't know what kind of clothing I like to wear, what I felt good in. It's just,
right.
throw something on that's acceptable. And I just never, it's really funny looking back at pictures. I feel like there's nothing in my eyes. Like,
really?
Yeah. Does that make sense? That's kind of weird.
Like you weren't in touch with yourself.
Maybe it's like when, like, even there's even some pictures that when Simon even sees it, he's like, your eyes just look glazed over. Like you're not really there. And yeah, so it's like really odd. And actually like looking at photos from even a year ago, sometimes I look and I literally am like, who is that? Like, who was that? Like,
right.
It almost makes me kind of cringe. Like, why did it take so long to be like, hello, I'm here?
No, that's amazing. Actually, not to take and make it about me again, because it's not. But it makes me think about how like it's that whole like you think you're living your authentic self, but then sometimes you have to like step back again and be like, whoa, wait, I'm not quite there yet. You know what I mean? Like I haven't quite been in tune with like just the here, the now, myself, my feelings. What am I feeling? I'm just kind of going along sometimes. And I feel like that's what you're describing.
It's so like, but for so long though, that like, I don't know that anything growth would have been in my vocabulary. And I didn't know any other options until we started having guests and talking to them. And so
fair.
I don't know. I think that that's really what it boils down to, is not even realizing that there are options. Like when you are at that moment of, I don't know who I am, and like even the steps to figuring that out. And so I feel like that's something that I should actually maybe reflect a little bit more on and be able to create, actual like steps. Maybe that's something that I should look into.
Oh, to finding yourself.
Yeah.
And like compiling the resources that we've taken and learned into, I mean, granted, yes, they're all in one place right here, right now with our pod, but ooh, I like that, Sam.
Yeah. And, like I said, this, the podcast and our guests, like they inspired my new job and the schooling that I went through. And here in January, my practice will be going live. I already have people onto the guest, or not the guest list, but the client list that are waiting to get sessions. I have stepped way out of my comfort zone. I went to a networking event for mental health professionals that was wildly out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be honest, I talked to like maybe 4 people and just kind of saw my way out because it was like highly uncomfortable for me.
It's hard.
But I also, so I did it. And I'm glad that I did.
Because that's just like a step closer to next time being able to like, oh, I can go. And the next time you can talk to somebody. But anyway.
Yeah.
But
and it did show me that like a lot of them did know each other. And so they've built this like friendship and community and stuff together. And then I was like, holy shit, we've built our own community and network. And there are ways that I can take that into this new job. So I've actually been talking with several of the women that we've had as guests and finding ways to merge our professions and our skills so that we can work together with clients. And I think that this is something that we've talked about when we create like a new small business. It's like you have to give that self, or you have that fear, like I cannot fail. And like I really am at a point where like I cannot fail. Like I am tired of being complacent, isn't the word, right? Or stagnant.
Stagnant. maybe.
Like, I'm tired of being stagnant.
But you haven't been stagnant.
Personally, I've not been stagnant. I feel like professionally, it's been stagnant for 2 years. And so now that maybe I'm comfortable with who I am, like I'm tired of this aspect. And this is like the biggest opportunity of growth. And it's really hard. I think we've made it clear this season that it's really hard to start. Well, I guess it was last season to start something and make it something. And if it's hard for me in this small business that I'm trying to, get off the ground, I know it's hard for them too. So why wouldn't we be like joining forces to triple, double, quadruple the being seen and connecting each other in all of our reaches? Like that just makes sense, right? I love
this. Yes, actually it reminds me of so when I just have to say when before sorry, I have so many thoughts. You're so break it down. Thank you. I'm just kidding. Thank you. So I was just thinking, like, when I first opened my business, I was new to opening a business, but I wasn't new to the scene. Meaning, I'd been working for other quilt shops for a few years, and I had seen how there's a lot of backbiting in between some of these shops, and kind of like, well, they're just copying me, or I don't want them to succeed because I'm doing this and now they're doing this, or like, so this was in a shop where I used to work. But anyway, so I was nervous when I first opened my business because I was like, okay, well, I know there's other shops around. I'm worried if they're going to see me as competition. I had 2 other shops actually come to me and visit me, and look at my shop and just be like, hey, how can we help each other? Let's do this together. And I was like, wait, you're already an established shop. You don't need me. And she's just like, everybody, we always need each other.
Yeah.
And she again this year came to me, and we've been talking. Well, we not came to me. It's more like we reconnected through that shop hop event that we did.
Yeah.
I forgot you guys knew about that. And we decided we're going to try to do like a joint retreat together. So it's like me and this other shop. And it's like, that's not normal for a lot of, like, I don't want to say in the quilting community because that's not the right thing. It's maybe like these small businesses that could be seen as.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, you're talking about quilting, but like, I guess what I'm kind of getting into is more of that like coaching scene, and it is oversaturated, and someone looking for a coach at XYZ could see as like, oh, I'm losing an opportunity because there's so many.
Right. Yes. Like where you're talking about like seeing it as,
instead of seeing it as a competition coming together.
Competition. That's what I was trying to say.
It's not a competition because it's like we can reach more and succeed more like together.
Exactly. And I think that that's what we've been trying to do from the beginning too, is like we've always talked about women helping each other and women helping women. And honestly, anybody helping anybody. It doesn't have to be women. But sometimes there's like a stigma of women being catty and fighting against each other and being territorial. And we don't think it has to be that way. And so I'm kind of loving that too. And I'm thankful for that with our podcast too.
Let me say anymore, because I for sure was like the catty.
Okay.
Like probably 2-3 years ago, like was the like catty, like everything's competition. Like I will be better than you. And like if you threaten me.
I love you. You're so honest. I do. Like that's a hard thing to say. No, a lot of people wouldn't even be able to be like. And here's the other thing. Is it easier to say that, or is it because it seemed like it was so easy for you to just be honest and say that? Is it because you've changed so much that makes it easier?
No, because it is something like I've seen some of it come back recently, like where my reaction to something has shocked me, and I'm like, and I have to take a step back, and I'm like, did I just get jealous? Like, why was I jealous? And I feel like we say that, a little bit of jealousy is like normal, but there's a difference between being jealous and being, what's the word I'm looking for?
Envious? No, that's not the word.
There's a difference between being jealous and, what's the word? Like, like happy for them, inspired for them.
all those things. I'm not helping you.
Word I'm looking for. Oh my God. Anyways.
No, that's not it.
There's a difference between being jealous and having those ugly thoughts versus seeing what someone else has got and being like, man, I can have that and do that too. Like as opposed to that negative of like, she's got that, fuck her. Like
that's so interesting because you actually took it a different way than I expected. I was thinking, okay, this is what I thought you were saying at first, but I see that you're saying, I thought you were saying, sorry, now I'm excited again. Oh no. I love a good conversation with you. I thought you were saying like, oh, there's a difference between being jealous. Like, I kind of wish I could have that too, versus the ugly jealous, right? Like, oh, I don't want them to succeed because then that means I'm not as good. But you're actually saying there's a way to take your jealousy, and I'm putting that in quotes because those are feelings that you have regardless, right? Like we have to validate those feelings. And I'm hearing you say you could turn it into something positive where you can be like, oh, wow, look at them. I love that. Wait, that's something I can do too, right? Is what I'm hearing you say, is you can take those feelings that are already there and make them positive. Maybe not.
I think a little on the flip side.
Okay. Maybe it was.
I think that you were on it in the first time that like, I feel like if your first thought is anything along the lines of dislike, hatred, disgust because something they have is perceived to you as better, like that is jealousy that all of us should drop.
Right.
And I feel like some of those thoughts have creeped back into my mind recently. And so it's like drawn me back to be like, whoa, what we got to think about this, because I don't think that is an appropriate type of jealous. Like fair. It should be,
I agree,
admiration.
I love that. That's what you were maybe trying to say. Yes. I love it.
Yeah. That's the word.
Yeah, it's interesting because, well, then if that's not what you were trying to say, it definitely popped into my mind while you were talking, like, we can take these feelings and turn them into the positive.
You're right. Yeah. I guess I don't see it as like physically and intentionally turning it. I feel like that should be our initial is,
fair.
Like if you're noticing that like you have negative thoughts towards like other women around you and that you see, then I feel like then you should take that upon yourself to be like, okay, why? And then, okay, I'm not happy with myself in some aspect. So let's figure that out and work on it. But I don't think it should forever be this hate her. She's got like that perfect long hair that I'm sure everyone else wants and likes better than mine. Like that should not be your first thought. It's like, man, that hair's gorgeous. And then like just keep on going. Like
the old joke, oh, she's so pretty, we hate her.
Right.
Yeah. I know it's a joke, but it's there because those are real feelings that happen. And you're right, they're not.
I don't think it's beneficial for anyone. And I think that is, I can't remember how we got on this tangent, but
I don't know, but I kind of loved it. It was.
I'm thankful that is not my general state of mind anymore.
Yeah.
And that used to be the state that I lived
in for
a long time.
That's right.
So
yeah.
The growth I can be thankful for is that generally I am loving and want to see everyone succeed, and that's where I am now. Not to say that it hasn't creeped into my mind, the old ways here and there, like sprinkled, and it has surprised me to where I'm like, all right, let's think about this. So that is what I'm working on and we'll be thinking about. But
it reminds me of the episode that you guys just did with that you did with the forgiveness person. How she's like, yeah, you can forgive somebody and then it can kind of creep back. She's like, it's energy that can still be there, but you just got to forgive them again. And so sometimes like maybe we just have to say, hey, why is that coming back? Well, that's okay. I've done all the steps to like become a better and stronger person. I just got to do them again.
Yeah, that's actually really cool that you spun it back to that, because I think that maybe all the like negative layers of everything have been shed, and now it's just like, just a little bit of mold specks that are sprinkled here. We just got to bleach them off. And
I like that. I like that. Get your
back on
bleach,
track.
girls.
Get your
Skirts up
bleach.
and get your bleach.
Okay. We really do got to jump onto another recording. So
We sure do.
happy Thanksgiving. I hope that this episode was more insightful than what I at this moment feel like it was.
Well, if anything, just thank you guys for letting us have a space to just have this. Yes, that.
Hash it out with each other and
Yeah.
air our dirty laundry.
Figure ourselves out.
Without judgment.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes me think of this. Have you seen those videos where it's like,
6, 7.
no, the memes where it's like, this is a safe place and I will not judge. And then someone says something and then like it goes around the circle. I saw this one where
we listen and we do not judge.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
I saw this one that was it was some sort of like medical office. I can't remember if it was like dermatology or like cosmetic. I can't remember. And they didn't tell their boss like what they were going to do. And so, or they, you know, this is the listen and don't judge. And so the doctor goes first and it's like this really innocent thing of like, sometimes like I tell people our schedule is full just so I can go home a little early when it's like not really, right? Something like innocent and like kind of funny. And then each of the texts, they say something outrageous. Like one was like the needle closet is so far away that sometimes I use the same needle all day. And the doctor's face is like, you literally see like her heart stop for a second and her eyes get big and she just takes a deep breath. And then the next tech, it was something like, sometimes if I don't like a client that comes in, instead of giving them lidocaine, I give them saline. And like it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And like the last one, it was like, sometimes if I forget to have a client sign the consent form, I sign it for them. And the doctor like lost her shit. She like took the mic off and she goes, guys, this isn't even funny. Like this is not funny. And they're like cracking up and you could tell like she had no idea. Anyway.
She thought it was real. She's like, there are some times when it is okay to judge and be like, that is not okay. There's a line.
Yeah. It was really funny. So anyways, thank you for giving us the circle to listen and not judge.
Mm-hmm.
Thankful for you.
Thankful.
Did you like the episode that you heard today? Great. Share it with a friend and don't forget to rate and review.